Hello everybody, how are you doing tonight? Initially I wasn't planning on being in the shop tonight. I was going to work on a little video editing and a couple of other things I need to do in the house. But a couple of buddies of mine pulled together and said, hey, we sent you a surprise, and it arrived at the post office today. So as soon as I got off work, I shot straight over to the post office. I got it, and of course I could not wait to open it because they had me so psyched up about it. But Mark Tobacco and Jim Hines went in together and they sent me this. Now let me show you what this is. On my lathe, my metal lathe, you guys might remember that the half nut was stripped out. Check this out, brand new brass half nut. What these do is there's a little lever and you flip the lever and these close together on the screw, and they allow the saddle to move up and down the lathe automatically, you know, at the speed of whatever gears you put in the business end of the lathe. So Mark and Jim, thank you so much. And this is why I'm in the shop tonight, because these babies are going to get installed as soon as I click this video off. But I got something else to show you. A buddy of mine, Hunter, contacted me a long time ago, and he said, hey, I got some wood I want to send you. And I said, that's cool, you know, nope, send it on, buddy. I love getting cool species, different types of wood. Well, I kind of forgot about it. He kind of forgot about it. The other day I get this note from Hunter. He says, Bob, he says, I was out in the shop and I found this box. I was supposed to mail it to you and I forgot about it. It's been in my shop all this time. So he dropped it in the mail to me. And I want to show you what Hunter sent me. Take a look at this wood. Isn't that beautiful? He's got the moisture reading on there. These are at 18%. Absolutely gorgeous wood. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what kind of wood this is. I don't remember. I need to look back through because I am sure that if I follow the text back to the beginning where we talked about the wood, he probably told me what this is. But I can't, even by the smell, I can't tell you what it is, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. The grain, it's just beautiful wood. Hunter, thank you so much. I truly appreciate this. I wanted to show you guys something. Here it is. Now that I'm in the shop, if things go well with the install of the half nuts, I may go ahead and diagonal this, cut some diagonals on it and get it glued back up. I think it looks amazing. I am so excited about this. This is the best one yet. I mean, it's turned out so nice and flat on the back. Before I had some issues. I tried to glue too much up at once, and I guess when you do that and you tighten the clamps, the glue, I know people say put salt in your glue or whatever. I've never really tried that. I guess it works, but the glue will slip and these will move. This time around, I got a really nice back on this. It's nice and flat. And since I'm going to be in the shop, what do you need when you're in the shop? You need some tunes. So I brought a couple of albums out tonight. This is an old Southern rock album, a little Molly Hatchet. I don't know if you guys like Molly Hatchet or not, but man, this is a great album. I absolutely love it. And a little mellower rock. This is good time rock, but a little Bachman Turner Overdrive. This ought to be great. So I'm looking forward. I think we're going to start out with the Molly Hatchet, and then we'll pop on the Bachman Turner. But we're going to get, I've got the stereo on. It's ready to drop the record on the turntable. We're going to get some music playing, and I'm going to start taking this lathe apart and get these half nuts installed. I will keep you guys posted on any updates that happen and how far I get tonight. I'm working these and I can't get them to go at an E, like they open fine, but then they cock away from one another. Then when you close them, they sort of cock towards one another. I'm debating. Let me go ahead and put this back on to the lathe and see what happens. It just looks like, you see how there's a gap there? They're not really closing properly. There we go. Yep. See, I think what's happening is, notice how this has a nice wide base on it. Let me take those out of there and I'll show you what we got. See the difference in the base? And this little groove here is designed to where these slide. This keeps them parallel to one another. And this one here, it can actually slide right through that base. So I think these, I don't know if they make a smaller lathe than this one, and perhaps these are for that lathe, but they really, I think that there's the issue right there, is they just need a wider base on them. So I'm gonna call my buddies and find out where they got these, and then I'll call this person and see, if they sell one with a larger base, and if I can maybe send these back and swap for the larger one. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together, and the way this works is these half nuts, they slide into this little groove like this, and they face one another, and then they get spread apart and brought back together. See how they move? By these little slots in here. So when this is on here like this, let me just get it slid on there. There we go. I'll tighten down the screws. Give me just a second here to get these fitted. There we go. And I'll just snug them up a little bit. I won't make it, well, I guess I will go ahead and tighten them. And you can see how they're drawn together and they pull apart as you flip the lever. And the problem is, I'm just not getting it minor. And the problem is, mine are worn inside, so they don't get a good grip on the screw. And because my half nuts are loose, I can lock this down. When I turn it on, it'll start to move, and then it'll slip. See how it's slipping? They're just not getting a good grip on the screw. Let me reverse it. See, I think they're loose. They're not coming down tightly on the threads, and or someone has had them partially engaged at some point, and it's just wore them out to where they don't get a good grip on the screw, so it's not moving the carriage back and forth properly. It's kind of sad. I was so excited about that. But I'll give this guy a call who sold these to Mark and Jim, and I'll find out what his policy is. Look at that. I can turn the handle while that's locked down, and it's just sliding right over top of the threads. So, well, hey, it's the thought that counts. I appreciate it. We will call the guy and see if he makes good on it, and hopefully he does, and we'll get this lathe working before you know it. Oh, I meant to mention my buddy Joe Hicks, who machined the tool post holder, the retainer nut, contacted me, and he put all of my parts back in the mail today, and he sent me a tracking receipt. So hopefully in a couple days we'll have that part of the lathe and we can get the quick change tool post working. So I'm pretty excited about that. I just finished my first cut. I wanted to give you guys one last look at the blank. Got it all laid out in basically the same order it was cut. And it's time now to shuffle this thing around, and I'll give you a peek at it once it's shuffled. Here's a quick peek at the blank after I got everything mixed up. I tried real hard to keep two corners of it or two edges of it square. You know, you can't make the whole thing perfectly square, obviously, but we'll get this glued together in this layout, and then we'll go ahead and cut the 45-degree angles the opposite direction on this blank. Okay guys, I want to show you something. While I was filming for the video for this, I happened to notice that these things were lining up with one another a little too closely to where like blank butted up against blank. And I didn't want that, so I went ahead and shifted them back and forth. You can see how jagged it is, so that what I'm going to try to do is get the blanks to where they are halfway between one another as best as possible. That will actually provide a more chaotic look, a better look, I think, for the blank. So we're going to do that on this glue up. Then when we cut the 45s the other way, we'll see how it looks. We may be able to do the same thing from the other direction. I don't know. That is it for me. Guys, it is miserably hot out here. When I cut all of that, I don't have my vac running. I'm covered in dust. I'm itching. I'm going to go in, take a shower, work on videos for a while, and next time I'm out in the shop, we'll do some gluing up. This is going to be a fun blank. This is going to be more chaotic than the other one. And I'm going to go ahead and lay the veneers up on it because I forgot to put the veneers between the individuals, but I am not going to forget to put them between these long diagonal sections. That'll be cool because you'll have some veneer in some places and no veneer in the others. I think it'll be a cool effect. So that's it for me tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll keep you guys posted on everything that happens with the half nuts and with the quick change tool post, and as well as the glue up on the chaos blank.